Hello everyone. Today I stand before you to advocate for a critical investment in the health and well-being of our youth. A comprehensive sex education program for all of Indiana. Indiana currently has no statewide mandate for sex education. This leaves the responsibility up to the individual school districts, resulting in a patchwork of inconsistent and often inadequate programs. According to the Sex Ed for Social Change website, Indiana does not require schools to teach sex ed, only the instruction on HIV, and mandated to stress abstinence. According to the United Health Foundation, Indiana has a teen pregnancy rate above the national average. And the CDC STD surveillance report for Indiana reported a 150% increase in gonorrhea cases in 2022. Comprehensive sex education goes beyond basic biology. It equips students with the knowledge and the skills they need to make healthy choices about their bodies and relationships. These programs cover topics such as human development and anatomy, healthy relationships and communication, consent and boundaries, contraception and STI prevention, and sexual orientation and gender identity. Research overwhelmingly demonstrates the benefits of comprehensive sex education. This includes reduced teen pregnancy rates. Researchers from the University of Washington found that teens who receive comprehensive sex education are less likely to become pregnant. Also, decreased rates of STIs. The National Library of Medicine says that comprehensive sex education equips youth with the knowledge to protect themselves from sexually transmitted infections. In the study, those who had received sex education were 51% less likely to have lower STI fatalism. It also improves decision-making skills. These programs empower students to make informed choices about their sexual health and their relationships. It also increases self-esteem and body positivity. Comprehensive sex education can foster healthy attitudes towards sexuality. Some may argue that sex education undermines parental authority. Most comprehensive programs should complement and reinforce parental guidance. Parents remain the primary source of information for their children, and these programs equip them with the tools that they need to have open conversations about sexuality. Opponents may also express concerns about inappropriate content. However, comprehensive programs are age-appropriate and tailored to the specific needs of each grade level. Parents and educators should have a role in shaping the curriculum and ensure it aligns with the community values. Investing in comprehensive sexual education is an investment in the future of Indiana. It empowers our youth to make healthy choices. It reduces healthcare costs associated with unintended pregnancies and STIs, and it fosters a generation of responsible and informed citizens. I urge the Indiana legislature to take a decisive action. Let's create a statewide mandate for comprehensive sex education, ensuring that all Indiana students have access to the knowledge and the skills that they need to thrive. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
My question is, how important do you think it is for abstinence to be pushed?
I think that abstinence is something that needs to be mentioned. If it's comprehensive sexual education, I think it's just obvious to mention that that abstinence is the obvious way to not get pregnant and to not get an STD or an STI or things like that. But I think that it should not be presented as this is like your only option. Obviously, not having sex puts you far less at risk at these things, but that is not really the most realistic option, because half of the kids that are in middle school and high school are going to be experimenting and learning things about their bodies. So having a comprehensive sexual education program gives them the tools that they need to talk about those things and make them comfortable instead of making it a taboo kind of topic. It also helps them bring it to their parents and not make them feel as uncomfortable talking to their parents and adults about these things. I think that abstinence is an obvious thing to mention, but it shouldn't be stressed as the only option. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one more question. So, how do you think parents are going to feel about this, since their kids are minors when they're in like middle school and high school? Like, do you think they're going to be okay with sexual topics being talked about?
I think for that question, it depends on what grade that this is being brought up as. I think that around middle school and high school is really the only age that they need to be like talking about sex. And like I think during especially middle school age is when you at least need to teach them about their own bodies and like things about, especially with women, with things about like menstrual cycles and like your body changing. Puberty with men is also a big thing. Puberty in general around that age needs to be taught, and they need to make children feel comfortable coming to adults about those kind of things, especially like their parents. And I think that it needs to be just comprehensive in maybe a high school age when you know that like half of the kids are going to be having sex. They need to learn about the options that they have if they're going to be having sex and not abstaining from sex. They need to know the options that they have for protection. They need to also learn about consent and behaviors that are appropriate during that kind of thing, and also things about like gender identity and the like different kinds of people that you may encounter in your lives, like sexually, and like just being able to like understand that other people are different than you, and like it's a huge topic to talk about. And I think around high school age is when that's a good time to introduce that, but also stress the importance of like just being safe, and like that this is like something that everyone does, but you should be safe about it, especially because you're children. And yeah, but
so maybe just like have the parents like sign a waiver that
yeah,
they're okay
and
with
parents should also be involved in the curriculum and the making of it. And I think that and also people who are professionals should be involved, and everyone should just be on the same page about it. But everyone's going to have their different opinions, but I think that sex is something that everyone wants to be able to like talk about and like make it not as taboo and awkward, because it's something that most of us are going to have to go through. So yeah, vote for comprehensive sex education.
I will. Thank you.